Ladies and gentlemen, I own a lot of manga, and I've watched a lot of anime. But I want to know exactly how much of my manga collection I have and haven't read. Let's do this. So first up, we got Berserk. I have read all 5 of these. It's great. Read this. And second, something new gen that is really good. You should probably watch this before you read this. Is Sakamoto Days. And of course, I've read both of these. I'm going off of the fact if I've read it or not. Not if I've watched it in the anime, because then I would have read most all of this. So, just keep that in mind. Now, I have 1 volume of something that is like Berserk minus the fantasy plus historical accuracy. Vinland Saga. And of course I've read this. It's Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is fucking awesome. I used to have a friend that didn't even like anime and watched Vinland Saga. That's how well known I think this is. And it's great. Now, this one has a little bit of controversy because apparently it makes people gay. It's JoJo's, and I have read this. I'm actually reading it again because of how much I loved it. I love JoJo's. I've watched a little bit of it. I've been skipping through. I've watched a little bit of part 5, and I've watched a little bit of part 6. And part 6 currently is my favorite part. I'm gonna watch it all. Actually, I might do that while I'm editing this video. I'm not gonna be watching Demon Slayer. I've watched this like 17 times. JoJo's. Now we got another new gen. I kind of like new gen. Don't get me wrong, old gen is great, but I like new gen. Something that has grown quite popular, and I really like, is Dandadan. If you know why I'm laughing, then I'm sorry. I can't. This story is so fucking weird. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is awesome. Well, go watch Dandadan. Oh my god. This is fucking awesome. This one I have in my hands is over 30 years old, and it's still ongoing. And no, it is not One Piece. It's Hunter x Hunter. This actually might be 40 years old at this point. I can't read that because I had this thing on. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter, I have read this because it's Hunter x Hunter. Why would you not read Hunter x Hunter? Hunter x Hunter is fucking awesome. Next up is something that I have been going back to watch and read is Attack on Titan. And I recently binged through all of what I have. So it's safe to say I've read all 9 volumes that I own. This is one of the greatest pieces of fiction I've ever watched. Ever experienced. It's actually my 4th favorite series, except I can't like put all of this on there with it also looking good. So just keep that in mind. That's my 4th favorite series. The one I'm holding in my hand is very, very popular, and for a while I only had volume 1. And it's Naruto. I have read these 3 volumes. And I have not read these 2 volumes. So I've read half of what I have of Naruto. I have experienced 4 and 5 through the anime now. Because I binged seasons 1 and 2 and the start of 3. A little bit ago. So. Read half. Akira Toriyama is probably a name you've heard. And I'm actually forgetting a volume for this series. Here I got it. And if you don't know who that is, go Google him. I am holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm holding 7 volumes in my hand. Most of it is Dragon Ball Super. One of it is the original Dragon Ball. I have read these 4 volumes and have not read these 3. Because I haven't found the time, because YouTube and school are consuming my life. So, I've read half of what I own for Dragon Ball Super, as well as Naruto. I have 1 volume of this series, and I really enjoy the anime of what I've watched so far. And that's One Punch Man. Oh, you already know I've read this. Oh, cover to cover 4 times. Oh my god, I love One Punch Man so much. The best character in this is Genos. You can throw hands with me if you don't agree. I'm gonna say Genos is the best character in this. Like, if you're gonna experience the story, watch the first season, and then everything after that, read the manga. Because you don't got One Punch Man, they got One Frame Man. One Piece is probably a name you've been heard thrown around all over YouTube. And I have the first 6 volumes in omnibuses. I don't know why I bought these. Because I don't like the way that these look. Honestly. And you can't appreciate the cover art. I also have 107 and 108. I've read all 6 of these. I've read this. I have not read this. This is a recent thing. My friend gave this to me. It's not in the best condition. It's still One Piece, though. So, I've read most of what I have of One Piece. I plan on getting all of the singles at some point. I'll probably buy the box sets. Apparently that's cheating, but screw you. If you're an anime fan, you probably have wanted a notebook based off of what I have in my hands right now. And me saying that, honestly, probably gives it away. Death Note. I have read both of these. It was great. I'm going to collect all the black editions, and then I'm going to collect all 18 of the singles. So, yeah. Death Note. I gotta get this one done quickly. I'm holding 205 chapters in my hands. 23 volumes. It's Demon Slayer. You already know I've read all of this. I'm gonna read this all in a week at some point. So, yeah, Demon Slayer. I gotta put this down. This series has a bunch of games around it, and the newest one has been facing a lot of controversy, and I really like the new game. And just because it has flat windows does not mean it's a bad game. If you've been on the internet, in the gaming community, you know what I'm talking about. I have the first... How many volumes is this? 9? I have the first 9 volumes of Pokemon Adventures in the collector's editions because I liked how much more colorful they are. I have read 2 of these. I have not read this. Have I read this? Oh my god, I haven't read this. Oh, I might need to read this. Imagine it was just a time lapse of me reading all of this. I'm not going to do that. That would take way too long. What I'm holding used to be, I think, my favorite series. It's not anymore. It's been bumped down quite a lot, but I'm holding Spy Family. I like Spy Family. I need to get a new volume 1 because it's a little bit, like, damaged. I like the covers, though. Like, I like how glossy they look. They almost look as glossy as the Kaiju no Mate ones. But, have I read all 3 of these? I think I have. Yes, I have. I've also watched just a little bit past Volume 3. I don't think I have any interest in watching more because I cannot stand Anya's voice. Oh my god, Anya's voice is so annoying. I have read all 3 of these though, so there's that. This series doesn't really need an introduction. I'm holding the first 3 volumes of Solo Leveling, which I personally like a lot. But, a lot of people don't. This isn't my favorite manhwa. My favorite manhwa is, like, Complicated Friendship or some shit that's on Webtoon. But don't get me wrong, this is good. You should read... I think you should read this. A lot of people online would disagree with me, but... I have read all 3 of these. And, it's like 13, so I need 10 more of these. So, yeah. These are $20, by the way. $20 for something that's the length of a regular volume. It's just in color. So, JoJo's is $25. Like, why are they so expensive? And the Vinland I have is $20, but that's because it has 2 volumes. And the regular volumes, if you don't want to buy that, are like $12. So, just know, if you want to collect Solo Leveling, $20. Y'all do not understand how bad my legs feel right now, because I'm just squatting up and down, grabbing books off my shelf. Also, props to you if you immediately noticed I changed the background. This anime is peak. Oh my god, Neo Genesis Evangelion is so peak. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. But the book I'm holding in my hand is not Neo Genesis Evangelion. It's Sailor Moon, which I have 1 volume of. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I like Sailor Moon. I'm not ashamed to admit it, like, at all. I like Sailor Moon. Oh, there's a poster back here? That's actually so cool. You can see that? Yeah, you can. I have read this. This series is ass. Why do people actually enjoy this series? There's like 30 volumes of this shit. Like genuinely. Why do people like this? It's weird. An argument could be made that every manga is weird in some way, but I don't like this. I could just be too harsh. But I do not like Komi Can't Communicate. I have read this, though. I don't know why. But I have. So this next... I'm sorry, anything caught my balls! Now that we got that figured out, I have My Hero. Why is this after Komi Can't Communicate? I'm gonna have to change that. Because this series is actually genuinely pretty good. But, I've read 3 of these. I've read Volume 1, 2, and 20. I need to read 3, 4, 5, and 26. Maybe I read all of this in a day. Should I do that? Would that be a good idea? No, that's not fire. I could. I will. This weekend I will. So, My Hero. So, now I got, Bounce Back and No Such Thing as Perfect by Masako Rocks. I've read this one. I have not read this one. I was in 5th grade when I got these. Well, I was in 6th when I got this one. But, 5th grade. I read this like 17 times. It's really not that good, if I'm being completely honest. But, yeah. Shout out to Masako Rocks. She actually has a really good writing style and art style. I didn't buy these. These were my brother's. He really likes this. It's Eden Zero. I never bought any of these. So, no, I have not read this. I have not read this. Do I read this in a day? Do I read the 4 I own in a day? The question is, do I read Demon Slayer in a week? So I haven't read any of these. So, there's that. This was also my brother's. And now that I look at it, this actually is a really, really cool concept, and I might need to read this. It's Soul Eater. I don't even know what this is about. All I know is there's a dude that can turn into a fucking scythe. And I think that's pretty cool. So, I might need to read this on my own time. I didn't drop that. He is threatening my life. I'm gonna change that.
Wonderful chief here at Green Dolphin Street State Prison. You may call me Loco Morocco. And also, this special girl I have with me here is my one and only trusted assistant, Charlotte. Hello.
Oh, my bad. It's JoJo's. I like JoJo's. I really like JoJo's, especially Part 6. Part 6 is really cool. What I have right here is Haiku. I read this one time when I was in 5th grade. No, 4th grade. Ass. That landed on the floor. I wanted that to go in my bed. Now I feel like an idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to grab some bleach. Sword Art Online! Ah! Ugh. It's so mid! Ugh. Mid. I don't know what there's to say about Sword Art Online that hasn't already been said. It's ass! I don't like it! It has a really cool concept. If the story was just executed a little bit better. Well, more like a lot better. I don't know who this chick is. I read the first chapter. I don't know her name, but she's kind of bad. I'm gonna be completely honest. I fixed the background. I'm gonna get copyright striked for having JoJo's been playing. Fuck. Yeah, it's whatever. And finally, Splatoon. I don't know why I own this. This was my brother's. I completely missed again. Ugh. I made it that time. Mid, haven't read. I also haven't read, Sword Art Online. So. I know I said I read the first couple chapters. I have. But, I haven't read the whole thing, and that's kind of what I'm going on. So. Yeah, there's all that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all I've read. Here's how much I've read. Yeah, I gotta fix that. That's actually pretty good, though. For the amount I don't read. Or, like, how much I don't like reading that much. That's just manga. I have found a new appreciation for reading because of how much manga I've been reading. So, there's that. Please like and subscribe. And please comment, saying whether or not I should read Demon Slayer in a week. I could do it in a day, but I'm a busy guy. Because I like making videos for you guys. So, peace out. Be safe. Don't do drugs.